Good evening. We present the news summary. The legal process for the dissolution of the Cleaners Cooperative has started. Since last week, government representatives have been meeting with representatives from the cooperative and its members in the presence of the Department of Employment, which is acting as mediator, and the unions. Some 668 cleaners on Mai Pralen Ladig will be made redundant with the dissolution, which will take effect at the end of December. The government, on the other hand, has made provisions to absorb all of them on fresh contracts.
The government has made a decision to dissolve the Cleaners Cooperative effective 31st December 2023. As part of the legal process, there needs to be a consultative meeting between the Department of Employment and all the employees of the cooperative. So the purpose of the meeting today was for this consultation to take place in preparation for the dissolution, which will result in the employees being made redundant. So the owner of the cooperative, being the government, was given the opportunity to explain why the dissolution is taking place. The representative of the employee, Nguyen, was also given the opportunity to share his thoughts about the process, and the employees was also given the opportunity to ask questions so that they understand the process. A lot of the questions asked was in relation to future employment after the redundancy process. So on behalf of the government, I have explained that the government has made provision to appoint all the cleaners made redundant. Post has been created, the budget allocation has been made, but before we do that, we need to wait for the Department of Employment to approve the redundancy, and then we will take care of the process of appointing them in the government effective 1st January 2024. When the redundancy is approved by the Department of Employment, they will be paid all their dues. This would be compensation, pro rata gratuity, any accrued leave outstanding. Well, of course, they will be paid the December salary. Whether they would be given 1 month notice or be paid notice, this is still, it will depend on timing when we get approval from the Department of Employment, and also those entitled will be paid their 13th month salary.
Extreme high tides since last week are raising concerns among people, especially those living along the coast. Seawater has even inundated various businesses and roads. The high tides are a natural occurrence during the equinox, which marks the sun's crossing above the Earth's equator, and this can affect the tides. But the usually high tides of the last few days are flooding streets, damaging property and posing a risk for people. Sea level rise due to climate change and other natural phenomena may explain the extreme high tides. SBC has contacted the Seychelles Meteorological Authority for an explanation, and its CEO, Vincent Amélie, who is currently in Dubai for the climate change conference, says that he will be giving an interview at a later date. The Court of Appeal has today welcomed two non-resident judges. The two judges are Mr. Yanak De Silva from Sri Lanka and Ms. Karuna Gunesh Balaji from Mauritius. In total, there are 7 judges in the Court of Appeal, 5 women and 2 men, 3 residing in Seychelles and 4 non-resident.
The 2 new Court of Appeal judges were sworn in before Vice President Ahmed Afif, Supreme Court Chief Justice Ronnie Govindan, representatives of the judiciary, members of the Constitutional Appointments Authority, the CAA, the Deputy Speaker of the National Assembly, and the Registrar. The ceremony began with the national anthem. The 2 new judges of the Court of Appeal then took their oaths to the Constitution of Seychelles and to the judiciary. The first judge to be sworn in by the Vice President Ahmed Afif was Judge Karuna Balagi, who has been working in her country's judicial system for 28 years as a legal advisor. The second judge to be sworn in was Judge Janak De Silva from Sri Lanka. Judge Janak De Silva has worked for 32 years in the Sri Lankan judicial system, 25 of which as a prosecutor and legal advisor. 3 years ago, he was a judge at his country's Court of Appeal, and he is currently a judge of the Supreme Court of Sri Lanka since December 2020.
I'm very happy for the confidence that has been placed on me by the Constitutional Affairs Authority, and I see this as an opportunity to work with different judicial officers from different countries and get a different experience outside my country.
Addressing the judges and other guests, Vice President Afif urged the two new judges to help bring the Seychelles justice system to another level.
We stand here proud of a judicial system that has the respect of the people of Seychelles. Undoubtedly, it is one of the very important arms of government because we see you as the protectors of justice in Seychelles. We see you as the guardians of justice, as the protector of individual rights, and certainly as the interpreter of the laws of Seychelles. I have every confidence that the two new justices will continue to bring their expertise, their hard work, and the due diligence in applying the law in a way that's fair, in a way that will continue to make the judiciary shine the way it is today.
The Speaker of the National Assembly, Roger Mancienne, suspended the MNA for Bilaza, François Adelaide, for today's session. He also reprimanded United Seychelles Party MP, Joanna Loze. The suspension follows an investigation into an incident in which Mr. Loze said that last Thursday in the National Assembly, Mr. Adelaide had attacked him. Speaker Mancienne announced his decision later yesterday. The Tourism Department welcomed 65 international trade experts, 46 travel agencies, and 19 press partners from more than 15 countries for the Mega Fam trip, short for familiarization trips. The 4-day trip will comprise of visits to several places of interest and a cultural soiree that highlights the diversity of Seychelles. A total of 90 such trips and over 85 press trips were conducted in 2023.
Sitting from Dubai. We are started on 1977 in Dubai. During the time onwards, the most famous tourist places, one of the places in Seychelles and Mauritius, and most of the local representative coming to from Dubai to Seychelles, enjoying for their family trip and with the weekends. And during they have some people have the villa over there here also, and we are mainly promoting high-end luxury products. More revenue for the Seychelles for the country. We like to promote more Seychelles for our client to coming to Seychelles from Dubai, from UAE.
And regarding the truce between Israel and Hamas, there are hopes that the truce between the two sides could be extended. Talks are being held in Qatar about a possible new deal. Israel says it's received a list of hostages held in Gaza who could be released later on Wednesday on the 6th day of the current truce. On Tuesday, 12 more hostages were released by Hamas, and Israel freed 30 more Palestinian prisoners. And this was the news summary. Thank you for your attention.